Alright guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're finally going to be starting this thing up, or hopefully starting it up. As you guys know, this is a 1987 Honda CR80. We're giving this thing away at the end of the restoration. Link for the contest will be down below. And to enter, all you do is donate $5 or whatever amount to the GoFundMe, and each dollar equals one entry into the contest. It's coming down to the end of it, so you should probably go donate if you guys want to win the bike. Anyway, we're going to be putting the front wheel on today. We're going to be putting the coolant line on. There's one right here that's missing, so it'll have to be bending up to there. Then we're going to try to start this thing up, which is going to be pretty exciting. Hopefully nothing leaks. Hopefully everything goes well, and then we're going to do some heat cycles with it. So warm it up for 5 minutes, and then turn it off, and then warm it up for another 5 minutes. And then once we get the seat and plastics, we can do the ride on it, where you ride it for 5 minutes in low gear, and then come back, and then you ride it again a little bit faster, turn it off, and then ride it again, going like full speed. So we're going to be doing that, breaking it in and stuff like that. But we have to put the oil in it. We've got some good oil here. We've got some Honda 80 weight oil here, so we should be good to go there. This is the stuff we're using for the transmission, Pro Honda. That'll go right in there. We need 600 centimeters cubed, so we'll try to figure out what that is. And I think this is measured in, yeah, this is 1 quart, so we can measure it in ounces or quarts. Dump that in, and then we can put the coolant line on. I got some of this line. Hopefully this is the right size. It does not look like it's the right size. Darn. So the coolant line I got was 3/4 inch. And it looks like we're gonna need a little bit smaller. It looks like a 1/2 inch. So I'm trying to find the other coolant line we use. We can use this temporarily. Yeah, this will be fine for now. We'll put this one back on. I got some new hose clamps, so we can use those. And then I brought the bolt home for the front wheel right here. So, got that right here. Here's the bolt. Probably put that in the ultrasonic cleaner for a bit. Clean that up, and then we can put the front wheel on. The front wheel's sitting over here. Let's see. So this is going to be going on today. Right there. So yeah, definitely coming along. Let's get into it and start rebuilding this thing. Alright guys, we got the front axle bolt in the ultrasonic cleaner. So while we're waiting, we're going to do the oil. As you guys know, it takes 600 centimeters cubed of oil. And there's the conversion right there. 20.288 fluid ounces. So yeah, let's measure that out, dump that in there, and then we'll have the oil done. And then after that, we're going to put the front wheel on, get that all situated, and then do the coolant line. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright guys, it takes 20.88, so 20.88 minus 30, there's ounces on this can. We're just going to go down to 10. So like 9.78 or whatever. So you can just round off to 10. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to dump all of this in until the 10 mark right here, which is ounces. So you can see the ounces right there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but yeah, let's do that. Should probably open it up. That would help. All right, that looks good. Good to go, nothing leaking so far, which is a plus. Let me guys show you. You can see the amount left in there, just under 10 ounces. So that's all correct. Hopefully the gaskets don't leak. That would suck. The only one I took off was the clutch side gasket, so we should be good there. And then, as you guys know, I replaced the water pump seal and that gasket as well. So hopefully none of this stuff leaks when we put the coolant in. We should be all good. It's got all brand new gaskets. You can see all the brand new gaskets. The head gasket, the reed gasket, the base gasket, and the clutch cover gasket's all brand new. So everything should be pretty tight, but we'll have to see when we add the fluid. Hopefully this thing starts right up. Really hoping. Otherwise we're gonna have some problems. So yeah, next step, let's put this coolant line on. I've got some hose clamps right here, a nice assortment from Harbor Freight. This thing was like $6. If you go to like Fleet Farm or whatever, they charge you quite a bit more. So let's put the coolant line on and we'll go from there. Alright guys, we got the coolant line with the brand new hardware on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I put the clamps on there, so we're good to go. Let's put this on. All right, that's on there, good to go. Let's work on the next one. All right guys, clamps are all on. You can see new one right there, right there, right there, in there, and then on the other side, back over there. But you can see there's a bunch of wires hanging out here. We got some brand new zip ties. We're gonna zip tie all these wires up. Got the throttle cable we can zip tie, and a couple different wires. So let's do that quick. Got these smaller zip ties, the 5-inch cables. Grab a couple of these guys. That one's not going to be long enough. All right, we got a couple zip ties on there now. One down there holding on those wires right there, and then one up here holding the throttle cable from moving. I ordered a new kill switch as well, and then we've got some levers coming in the mail as well. So those will be here, I think, next week. So we can put those on next week. But for starting up purposes, we're probably just going to be able to ground these two out like this, and that should stop it. Just ground those two out, touch those two, and it should stop the bike. So we will see if that works. Hopefully it does. All right guys, we got everything zip tied off. Everything works perfectly. So we should be able to put the coolant in. So I guess let's try that. Hopefully this doesn't leak. That would really suck. So yeah, let's dump the coolant in. So I'm nervous for this part. This is the part I'm actually nervous for. Ooh, it's leaking. leaking out of right here. I thought it would leak out of there. We'll have to get that cleaned up here. Oh no. Definitely do not want coolant leaking. We'll fix that quick. All right, guys, good news. Leak is fixed. It's all tightened up, good to go. I've been watching it for the past 10 minutes and I haven't seen a drop come out. This one was leaking up here as well, so I just tightened that up and that stopped leaking. At first, I thought the head gasket was bad because there's coolant dripping from down here. And I was like, oh, great. But it was just a small trickle that was going and dripping down right there. So hopefully when we start it up, or if it starts, it won't leak any coolant or any oil. Fingers crossed. I mean, it probably will. I mean, it's a brand new rebuild, but we'll see. And then you can see the coolant is topped off in here. So we'll have to keep an eye on this after the first start. We'll have to undo the coolant and then fill it back up a little bit because this is going to circle through the whole system. So anyway, let's get the front wheel on. All right, guys, we got the bolt out of the ultrasonic cleaner. Cleaned it up pretty well. There's obviously some corrosion right here that doesn't take off, but took off all the grease and all the gunk, so that was good. We're going to try to put the wheel on now, and hopefully we can do that. We've got to get the front brake rotor through the brake pads first. Alright guys, before we put the wheels on, you can see those brand new brake pads. What you want to do is just douse them with WD-40. It's really good for them. It'll make them grip a lot better. Just kidding. Take a joke, guys. I would never put WD-40 on brake pads. Alright guys, well it turns out this is the wrong bolt. I think I sold my other bolt on eBay. So I think we're out of luck for the front wheel. I don't think we can put that on today because I'm pretty sure I sold a bolt on eBay for the CR80, not knowing it was the CR80 bolt. Because this is the one that was left. This must be for the KX125. I don't know where that bolt went. Huh. I thought for sure that was the bolt. We'll have to look around in the bins and just see. Maybe it's hidden somewhere over there. Alright, I just got done searching through all these bins and boxes, and I looked in my truck and I cannot find that bolt for the front. I must have lost it when I took the wheels to the apartment and got off all the paint off the rims. I think I took the bolts out and then put them in boxes, but I didn't see the bolt there. So I must have, maybe when I sold the KX, I put it in with the box that I sold the KX with. I don't know. But that really sucks. I was hoping we could maybe take it for a short ride today, but that'll have to be next video, I guess. We'll try to start it up though and see if we can get this thing started. We're gonna get a gas line, just pour some gas down it, and then if it does start, we'll just keep on pouring gas down manually. All right, we've got gas in the carburetor. This is the first attempt. We've got the choke on too. So you can see. How many kicks do you think? Go. Probably check for spark. Alright, doesn't want to pop over. Gonna check for spark now. Alright, so we're getting good spark. I'll quick show you guys the spark on it. So yeah, we're getting good spark. Maybe if we shoot some gas on the carburetor, it will start up, I'm not sure, but let's try that next. All right guys, here we go, second attempt. Well, it runs, that's good. Sounds pretty good. The silencer definitely needs to be repacked, but wow, I was not expecting that to start up like that. And the throttle cable needs to be adjusted big time. But I'm happy with that. Sounds really good. I don't see any leaking from it, so that's really good as well. Yeah, wow, cool. There's one drop of coolant that was leaking right here. But other than that, there's no coolant dripping. There's one drop coming from right here, so it must be the gasket that's right there. That's not a big deal. So we can just tighten that up and that should go away. If not, we can just replace the gasket again or put some gasket sealer on there. But I don't see any oil pooling anywhere. It looks pretty good. So we're gonna try to start it up again, adjust the throttle cable, and see if we can get this thing to idle. All right guys, let's try this again. We can get it to idle. Girl, running 40 to 1. All right, so it's idling pretty good. It's still a little bit high. So we're gonna adjust that a little bit more, and then I just wanna check the coolant quick and make sure it's getting coolant. I also wanna check and see if it's dripping out from anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's still dripping right here. Not bad, it's just like one drop, but it's still dripping a tiny bit. And then we've got a little leakage right there from, it looks like, yeah, that's just the pipe gasket. So otherwise, it looks like we're doing pretty good. I'm curious to see what the oil looks like as well. Hopefully it's not white. So we can quick check that. All right, oil is as red as can be. No white in there, so the coolant's not getting in there yet. It shouldn't either because we've got a brand new seal in there. So yeah, that's really good. That's good. Let's try to tighten up the water pump bolt and see if we can get rid of that leak. It's dripping like 1 drop every like 5 minutes. So it's not a big leak. We might have to replace the gasket again. But other than that, it's not leaking anywhere, which is really, really good. Obviously, I've only let it run for maybe 5 minutes total, but still, that's pretty good. All right, guys, let's give this one more shot. See if we can idle it. Got her in there. We're good to go. Running pretty good now. All right, let's let this bike cool down for a bit and then check the coolant. Alright guys, bike should be pretty cool by now. It was just idling, so we'll check the coolant now and see where the level is at. I'm guessing it didn't go down too much. I poured quite a bit in. Let's see. Yep, coolant is still topped off, as you guys can see. Still lots of coolant in there, so that's good. Should be filtering through, I would think. So we'll probably ride this thing next video and get it all tuned up because it's really hard to do that without riding it. So next video, front wheel will be going on. Hopefully we'll have the levers and then the kill switch. And then hopefully we'll get the plastics in the seat and this whole thing will be done. I might have to get another gasket or some gasket maker for the side of the engine where the water pump is because that's leaking a tiny, tiny bit. So we'll see. But yeah, stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm pretty happy that it runs. It runs really well. Starts up like first kick every time. So that's really good. And it sounds really good. And it's got a ton of compression, so I'm happy with that. We also, I just forgot about that. We need to get new packing for this, for sure. And then the little rubber grommet that goes right there. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to win this bike, it will be in the description and the comment section. The GoFundMe will be there. All you have to do is enter $5 or more. And each dollar you enter is one entry to winning this bike. So you could potentially win a $2,000 bike for $5. Anyway, my Instagram is 2_vintage_. Please like and subscribe on the video. It helps me out a lot. And until next time, we are out.